That is awesome, dude. Look how red he is. That's real animal style right there.
Look at that.
That is a day maker, baby. Oh, look at that.
Real Animals, presented by Contender Boats.
This week's Real Animals adventure, I'm in Isla Mirada, Florida, part of the Florida Keys, and fishing with my good buddy, Captain Greg Poland. It's tarpon season, and I love to come down here this time of year. From my front door in Tampa to Isla Mirada to Little Basin Villas, where we were stationed here, our home base for this Real Animals adventure. It's only about a 6-hour drive, so we got up early, headed this way, and we were looking for an epic afternoon on the water. Hey gang, today I'm down in the beautiful Florida Keys. I'm at Isla Mirada, Florida. My good friend Captain Greg Poland put us up the Little Basin Villas, absolutely killer place on the water. We pulled in here right about midday. Now we're headed out to do some evening fishing. Greg, what do you think?
Yeah, man, I mean, not bad. You drove through the state, you got to Isla Mirada, we got some bait. We're gonna go see if we can't catch a tarpon in the afternoon.
Evening tarpon bite here in Isla Mirada doesn't get any better than that.
That's it. You know, it's such a good time to fish. A lot of times I'll run a daily trip, and then I like fishing so much, I might squeak out and catch one myself or bring my wife out, or a lot of times I got guys that want to fish all day and all afternoon. We got an evening bite here it's the best. And
Pretty
this area here,
pretty area.
Yeah, we've got the Gulf of Mexico, we got the Everglades National Park, through the bridge there we got the Atlantic Ocean, so it's kind of like the cafeteria in here. Everything that flows this way gets eaten by the tarpon that just kind of live here, so we're gonna see what we can do.
Let's do it.
All right, man.
You know, a lot of people refer to the Florida Keys as the fishing capital of the world. You know, the fishing down here can just be spectacular, you know, especially tarpon season. You know, it's such a great fish. There's just always something to catch here in the Florida Keys. It's a very, very beautiful and fishy place.
If you want to grab a live one and just put him out while I'm getting this other stuff ready.
How you want him hooked?
Right in his lip.
Right in the lip. Just through the bottom lip? Or all the way up
top
through
lip.
both?
Through the top lip.
Just through the top?
Yep.
Okay. Tide's ripping left to right. You know, Greg is a member of the Contender Pro staff, and that's kind of how we met. We met at the Miami Boat Show a couple of years ago, and Greg and I just kind of hit it off. You know, he's a high energy guy. He's been guiding since the 1980s here in the Florida Keys, and it really shows every time you're down here with him. You know, he kind of just knows where to be, where to go, where to get that bite, on what tide, on what, you know, what moon phase, and all that stuff is really, really important when you're picking a guide. So I love coming down here and fishing with Greg Poland. His energy is contagious. He's going through the bridge, dog.
Yep, so are we.
Okay, nice job, G.
We got one on, buddy. Doing the Isla Mirada shuffle right now.
I like it.
Nice.
That's so cool.
That is the awesome size right there, isn't it?
That is an awesome sign. Stay off that piling.
All right, buddy. Let me know what I can do to help you.
You're good, buddy.
Well, that's the perfect tarpon to get through that bridge, isn't it?
You know what? It's neat the way the drags are light so that they swim.
Yeah.
They feel the pressure of that hook and they swim through that bridge.
That's it, man.
I mean, that's really a nice setup. Uh-oh. There he is. I got color.
That's it, man. There is our leader right there. Perfect, buddy. Perfect.
Pretty fish.
Circle hook right in the cheek, isn't it?
Yep, sure is.
That's the right spot.
Sure is.
Don't you love this boat too? I mean, it's perfect for what I do and where I do it.
That's a great fish.
This is the greatest fish in the ocean.
I agree. The Silver King, baby.
There he is. Ah. You knew he had that in him.
I gotta say, you gotta grab that boy like you mean him, G. Grab him like you mean it, G.
Come on now. All right.
That a boy.
There's your hook.
How good
and
is
there's
that,
your fish, baby.
That
Look
is
at that.
awesome, dude.
Come take a look at this mouth. Isn't that great?
You know what I love? I love that gold eye.
Yeah.
Look how pretty that eye is. Just such a great fish.
You got it?
Yep.
Look at that thing, man.
Such a great fish.
Real Animals is brought to you by Bull Bay Rods, Mirror Lure, Strike King, Rolls Axle Trailers, CCA Florida, and CCA Florida Star Tournament.
You know, this is the second year that I've made this trip down here to tarpon fish with Greg, and you know, last year we fished in a totally different place. The fish weren't really cooperative on the Keys bridges here, but Greg just does a great job. You know, that, again, guiding here for so many years, he just does a great job of knowing where we need to be and when we need to be there. He's excited, he's positive, he's always well prepared. He had bait set up for us. Everything was really, really well put together, and I was super excited about our chances of hooking the Silver King. What's that weather?
What's that weather doing?
Yeah.
Well, according to this, it's coming at us, baby.
I was looking at it going, that doesn't look great.
I know.
You know, one of the biggest mistakes you can make on the water is, you know, trying to outdo Mother Nature. You know, Florida's the lightning capital of the world. Whenever you feel that chill come in the air and you see those black clouds moving your way, you see that lightning striking the water in the distance, don't play, don't guess, don't hope that it's not going to come your way. It's just not something I choose to play with. You know those fish are eating, you know that barometer's moving, and that's the time when the bite is usually the best. Felt really blessed to hook our first fish in the Keys and land it, and Mother Nature said, you know what, we'll see you guys here in the morning, and that was the way we were going to play it. We had a storm rolling in on us really quick. As soon as we got done fighting the tarpon, you could tell that weather was coming in, so how to take shelter.
You hate to leave them, you know they're biting, but this is the right move.
Always be safe. Always be safe. You know, we couldn't have had a better place to stay. The little basin villas here in Islamorada, Florida are absolutely spectacular. You know, 3-bedroom condo, super comfortable, super quiet, right here on the water with a pool. Just an absolutely gorgeous destination, a place I'll definitely be visiting in the future. This is my first opportunity to stay here, but it worked out just perfect. Greg is just to the north of us, so he just pulled up right out back, pulled up to the dock, we threw the rods, some food in the boat, some drinks, and we were back on the tarpon. You know, just another beautiful morning on the water. The tide was moving good, a lot of fish stacked up on the bridge. You know, we set up, got our baits into position, and it wasn't long, and you know, we had another fish on. So we were looking forward to it being a pretty epic day.
Oh, here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go.
There he is. He's going straight back, Greg. Yeah, baby. Islamorada bridge fishing. Now he's coming back towards the bridge. Stay off that bridge, fool.
Nice job, Mike. Getting it through the bridge is half the battle, baby.
Well, we ain't through there yet.
Well, he's been through once.
Straight down, right here.
This is the Islamorada two-step, buddy.
Yeah.
There he is. Nice jump.
Nice fish. Uh-oh, he's headed for the piling. Get out of there. Get out of there, fool. All right, stand wide.
Yep. This guy knows this bridge. He's been here before.
Oh, yeah, right? Better than me, for sure.
How great is that thing? I tell you what, if those things could, if they could roar, you'd think they were a lion.
I mean, you don't get a moniker like the Silver King for no reason.
That's right.
I mean, you just don't. They don't hand those out.
Oh yeah, look at that, buddy. Look at that fish.
Beautiful, isn't it?
Yep.
Like I said, if it gets any better than this, I just don't need to know about it. I love tarpon fishing. Oh, there's a rollover. Come on, baby. Yeah, we got him. And the clipper.
I think I got it now.
You got him?
Yeah.
Hang on to your shoulder blades. And the clipper. the old
Grab
circle
that
hook.
hook.
Nice job, G.
Yeah, buddy.
Woo! Look at that big, beautiful gold eye right there, huh? How pretty is that
Look at that
fish right
fish.
there?
Nice,
huh?
huh?
That's gorgeous.
You want to get a hold of him, Mike?
I can.
Why don't you get a hold of him? And you got him?
Yep.
Real Animals is brought to you by Ray Marine, South Seas Island Resort, Gator Gems Tackle, closed captioning provided by Gator Ford.
You know, depending on where you are in the state of Florida, there's a lot of different baits of choice. You know, up by where we are in West Central Florida, it seems like threadfin herring are a really popular choice. Some guys do use mullet as well, but down here in the Keys, the last 2 years I've been here, and mullet have been the bait of choice. And, you know, they're pretty plentiful. Again, the bait guys really help out with that a lot down here and keep these tarpon guides going with bait all year long. And it's a great bait because the live ones are very hardy. Chunks of mullet, you know, we had fish during this adventure. We caught fish on cut bait on the bottom, and we caught them on live mullet as well. So, you know, again, they work great both ways. They do really well on the live well. So it's just a great bait to be able to fish with down here.
Yeah, there we go, baby. There we go. Come on.
This one came on a livey, huh? Oh.
Hasn't jumped yet, huh?
No.
I don't like it when they don't jump.
No, this one's got me puzzled.
I don't like it when they don't jump right off the bat. That could be some. Oh, hey! Is
Why?
that a cuda?
Yeah. I'm gonna say that's why it's not a tarpon. I saw it up top. We did have a pretty big barracuda today. It surprised me a little. When it first bit, took off, started screaming drag, I thought we had a small tarpon on. So, you know, they've got such ornery teeth. You know, it's just a very, very mean looking creature. And they've got some really big ones down here in the Keys, and they hang out around these bridges and on the flats here and on the wrecks and things like that. And just a beautiful fish to see, even though, you know, you don't eat them and it's just a fish for sport. It's pretty cool to see one show up today. When does your tarpon season kick off here? I mean, normally, obviously the fishing's pretty good here now, but
Yeah.
when's it kick off normally?
April. I'd
April.
say sort of tarpon season for us, April, May, and June.
Okay.
And certainly catch a lot of them in March if the weather's warm. They don't got a calendar, but they definitely know the water temperature.
Sure.
Once it starts warming up a little, we'll start getting them. So the best fishing I ever had is in March when it got warm.
In the early spring?
Yeah. And no one was fishing them, so
Right.
they were biting.
Right. So you fish the bridge. I mean, obviously, you know, one of the things you hear once you start to fish tarpon in Florida, when you hear about tarpon fishing the Keys, you hear about the bridges.
The bridges, yeah.
The bridges are popular, but it looks like it's a little stressful. I mean, we haven't had a fish go completely through yet, but
The day's early.
it is early, it is early. But how do you deal with that every day?
Oh, it's just part of it. And matter of fact, the bridges closer to Isla Mirada are lower. Sometimes I'll go, of course, this is the old bridge above our head and the new bridge, but this was the old railroad tracks
Right.
from Flagler's Railroad. You can see we're getting a little close now, and I'm just always looking over my shoulder and hoping that the trolling motor does its job. But sometimes you get in here and you just push off a little bit.
This week's Tackle Box is brought to you by Cleanse Oil, America's original cleaner, lubricant, and protectant.
Hey gang, this week's Real Animals Tackle Box, Captain Greg Poland and I are using the Bull Bay 8-foot, this is the 30 to 50 pound, extra heavy, fast action tip. I call them our tarpon series, but it's just a big spinning rod. It's a great spinning rod, it's got great backbone, it's got a fast action tip, which means it's got great sensitivity out there. You can actually feel the bite. The worst thing you can do with a big tarpon is fight it too long. It's always best to have a good rod so you can get that fish tired out and get them to the boat. We're using 50-pound braided line. Now the water down here in the Keys, super clean here the last couple of days. So we're actually using a 40-pound fluorocarbon leader, which I don't always recommend for tarpon, super sandpapery mouth. What helped us out with that on this trip was the 7/0 inline circle hooks. We used that in the cut mullet and in the live bait, and it worked out really, really good. Now with the cut bait, we used a bigger sinker here, about a 4-ounce lead, that helped us keep that bait in that heavy current, kind of right there in the strike zone on that shadow line of that bridge. Cabo 80s spinning reels. A lot of guys like to use 60s and 50s for tarpon. The big drag surface on the Cabo 80 comes in really, really handy when you're trying to close the deal on that Silver King of a lifetime. So make sure you bring enough tackle to get the job done, but this is all you need right here. The Bull Bay rod, the 8-foot, 30 to 50 pound test class rod, perfect. The Cabo 80 with the 50-pound braided line. Get out there and catch you some tarpon. If this is the gear you take to the battle, I guarantee you'll catch you one.
Real Animals is brought to you by Maui Jim, Plantation on Crystal River, Pro Marine, Ingle Coolers, Quantum Fishing Reels, Aqua Traction, Power Pole.
You know, tarpon are just one of those creatures. You know, I've fished incoming tides and outgoing tides in Boca Grande and in Tampa, in, you know, the Everglades, down here in the Keys. You can be on acres and acres of tarpon, and you can be on them on an incoming tide, an outgoing tide, a great tide, a slow tide, and they never chew, never chew. And you can be on them on those same tides one day, and every single bait you put in them, you're flying fish everywhere. We call it tarpon being tarpon. They're just a finicky fish sometimes, but they're an incredible fish. You know, they're the Silver King. You don't get a moniker like that for no reason. It's a great world-class game fish, and right after the tide changed in the early afternoon, boom, we had another bite again. So we were just blessed, and it was some epic, epic Florida Keys tarpon fishing.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. Here we go.
Going straight out the back.
Go right behind me. There he is, to the bow. Good bow. Stay right in the center for me.
I'm in the center, trying to get wide.
Come on down slowly, please. Good job, everybody.
Yeah, baby, that's crazy, dude.
That's it, man.
That bridge just makes it crazy.
Don't let it bother you, it's just normal.
Veering right.
All right, buddy. We got him settled down a little, but that doesn't mean he's not gonna go through that bridge again.
Oh, I have no doubt in my mind.
Right at the change, huh?
Yeah, right at the change. Yeah, interesting, isn't it?
Yep.
Soon
I
as
like watching him flying through that bridge.
As soon as that tide started to move,
Yeah.
coming that other way, boy.
So now's about when they decide, do they go to the right or the left?
Yeah.
And sometimes they make some changes. You think he's committed, but you never really know.
I was just gonna say, I think he's going here, but I don't know.
Yeah, you never really know 100%.
Here he comes.
There he is, there he is. Right on the surface, kicking, isn't he?
Yeah, a little bit. You know, one of the things about tarpon fishing down here in the Florida Keys is you spend a lot of time fishing these really unique bridges. You know, a lot of the old bridge structures that were here many, many years ago are still here. And then the new bridges that have been obviously upgraded and built right next to those bridges create just a really, really crazy, awesome estuary for these tarpon to feed in. And it's really an exciting place to fish. The problem is obviously you have a lot of structure, so there's a great opportunity that you could lose some fish, but it makes for some pretty doggone exciting tarpon fishing. He's on it.
But he can.
He knew right where he wanted to go. He knew right where he wanted to go. He went right in between them two right there, and that is absolutely unbelievable, bro.
Yeah, man.
What a cool fish.
So look where he went, right towards all those little razor blades.
He went right through that little cut right there. And I was trying, I had my hand on the drag.
You had him into the leader. I mean,
oh, for sure.
Look, these guys here fishing the tournament, that would have been a caught fish. Run up, touch it.
I had my hand on the drag trying to slow him down and make him but he knew right where he wanted to go.
Yeah.
That fish might have been hooked before. Woo!
Listen, you got the best out of that one.
Great day, dude, unbelievable. You know, one of the things about tarpon fishing is, you know, there's 1,000,001 ways to lose a tarpon. And when you're fishing around this kind of structure, you know, these bridges down here in the Keys, they're beautiful, they hold a lot of fish, but you just never know what's gonna happen, you know. Tarpon jump and throw the hooks and, you know, it's just tarpon fishing. You spend a 6-hour drive headed for Isla Morada and the Little Basin Villas, and you're getting ramped up and you're getting excited, but when you get in that boat and you start to make the run through the mangroves and you know that you are just minutes from the tarpon grounds, that's when it really starts to get me going. The hair on the back of my neck's a little stood up, I'm a little excited, I'm a little jacked up, and I just get ready to go. There is something about tarpon season, especially here in the beautiful Florida Keys, it just doesn't get any better.